philosophies.
And it was the drool, wasn't it?
Well,
it was
that
the
too.
drool.
Yeah.
And you ended like...
Well, I looked at her, I said, you know what? This clearly is not going to go anywhere. So maybe we should just call it a night. You know, it's still early. We can still find something else to do.
And was she horribly offended by that?
Yeah.
Were you set up on this date?
No. It was
you
just kind of
asked somebody
hey,
out.
you want to go to dinner? It was just like that. I just thought I'd give it a try. 20 minutes in, I just realized, this isn't going to work. And it's still early. We could go and do things.
With other people.
Because my friends were getting together at a bar later, and I could just go there,
That's pretty bold, though, because I think most people would just stick it out and go, I'm not going to do that again.
Here's the follow-up. She was very angry and stormed out. Then it was about a year later, she said, you know what, that was a smart thing to do. Because I realized, it wouldn't have worked out, and we would have,
It was a waste of time.
went out a few more times and wasted time.
I realize that by listening to you on the radio that I don't care for you at all.
But people talk about ghosting, and usually that's how it happens. You go on a date, you complete the date, and then
you just never call.
And then you just never call. And I don't think that's a bad thing. There are people that get really upset with that. Well, you just never called again. Well, I went out with you, and I don't want to do that again.
You're right, I didn't. Why would that be?
And why would you want to go out with somebody that felt that strongly about not going out with you? You should be glad you didn't waste any more time with it.
I don't think I ever really was in that situation. I always tried to be pretty sure that I liked somebody a fair amount before I ever even asked on the first date.
You did a lot of reconnaissance?
Well, yeah, you just hang around a person. Every once in a while I did something spontaneously and asked somebody out that I barely had been around.
That's what I did. Yeah.
But you know what? You know what happens now? People have a lot of information before they go out.
I was going to say, you can Google people now.
You can Google people. You go to their Facebook page. You know who all their friends are. You know what TV shows they like. You know
their philosophies.
Yeah, you can know.
So there's no excuse for having a bad date. There should be no excuse for it.
If it's a blind date, then there's excuse.
Well, if you haven't had any chance to reconnaissance.
If your friend was setting you up on a blind date, though, wouldn't you insist on, okay, what's their name? I want to research them a little bit before I go. I don't know how many people would truly go out on I don't want to know anything about this person before I go out.
Well, if you are the one setting up the blind date, it is your obligation to not tell. Well, I don't know. I want to know something about it. Sorry. Well, I want to know something about him. Nope. Well, just give me a name. No, because you'll Google it. No.
What are you hiding? You have something to hide then.
Find out.
That if you accept those terms and conditions on a blind date, you're a fool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I want you to get to know him before you find out the thing, because everybody always disregards him when they find out the thing.
No kidding.
They find out the
when
thing.
they see that picture, then it's all over.
When they find out the thing.
They'll never get a date unless people overlook the thing.
So that reminds me, that Mormon millionaire guy?
Yeah.
The billboard, do we ever find out
It's
who that was?
still going on.
Is it still going on?
No, they have not revealed who it is.
Because
specifically.
I've seen a couple of theories.
I think it's Mitt Romney.
He's married.
Well, for now. No, they have not revealed who it is.
And I think it's millionaire in quotes.
Millionaire.
It's like that TV show, Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire, where, oh no, he's a millionaire, where it came to find out, well, kind of, sort of on paper, maybe he was a millionaire, but he pretty much didn't have any
Because that's
money.
That's your ultimate blind date in your situation that you were setting up. All you need to know is he's a millionaire.
Is he loaded? I'm going out.
All you need to know is she's a millionaire.
Yeah, I'll go out with her.
And then she shows up in a MAGA hat and it's all over.
Yeah, if somebody said, I'm going to set up a blind date with you, and I promise you, she's loaded. This woman has lots of money and
that was all you need to know?
And is really looking to get married. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
And now,
when I was younger.
And now we're being called out. 3 people chatting about dating who haven't dated for years.
I
you never talk about things
exactly
that you don't do.
I very seldom ever dated. I always just sort of ended up hanging out with somebody.
I mean, using this person's philosophy, we shouldn't be talking about dating because we haven't dated for years. Okay, let's take that to the extremes. These people passing the abortion laws shouldn't be talking about it because they've never had one.
No,
all right? I agree with you there. I'll stop talking about dating as soon as they stop doing that.
I mean, I'm saying I'm noticing how different. I even pointed out how different it was when I was dating. That I didn't have Facebook to go look at or research to go do.
So many people don't date; they hook up online, and that's become more and more common. So I guess you have to be a little. I guess you get yourself into situations where you go out on a date because you've met somebody online, and then you meet in person and go on a date, and you go, "Oh man," that's when you find out so probably more mistakes are made. As a result of that, more dating mistakes are made as a result of hooking up online. But also, I know a lot of people who met their spouse and got married and everything.
Yeah, and they're happy.
And they met them online.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with it, I suppose.
No, it's where people hang out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever works.
I used to go to the mall.
What's a mall?
You know, it's a place where you could find girls.
That's what they are.
That's what it was.
Is that like that red light district?
Not quite. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, in Ogden, it was.
All right.
Traffic, we've got a crash southbound I-15 approaching Antelope Drive in Layton. Cars are on the left shoulder, not causing any delays. Power outage in Sandy has darkened the traffic light Bangor Highway 90 South. Please treat that as a four-way stop. When it comes to mortgage lending, call Rick at Vintage Lending. Where else are you going to go? 16 years experience. Call Rick 801-809-SAVE or loansbyrick.com.
All right. We've got boners round one coming up. Here are the candidates. Boner candidate number 1, stealing from the needy. Number 2, oh, come on, it was a joke. And number 3, it will make me a better player.
All right. We got round one of your boners, big boy news, opinioendo, Spencer Cox calling in. Whatever could he be calling about?
I don't know.
That's on the way. Stand by for that. Also, Utah Word of the Day is coming up as well. Stand by for that. Brooklinen.com. Don't forget, brooklinen.com. Use the promo code Jackson. And my little dog Ripley, and we're getting so much sleep in our house because our Brooklinen sheets are so
well, if
comfy.
you're comfortable, why would you get out of bed?
Absolutely. Great sheets. And people have been getting them and then telling me about them. And I just tell them, well, I'm happy, but tell Brooklinen that you love the sheets. That's terrific. Brooklinen Sheets named the winner of the Best Online Bedding category by Good Housekeeping. I like to refer to my Brooklinen sheets as buttery smooth, cool, and comfortable. Rave reviews from Business Insiders, Apartment Therapy, Men's Health, 35,000 plus 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company. It's time for your upgrade. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept in. Now it's time for your upgrade. Brooklinen.com giving you an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Go to the website and look around. You'll get 10% off your first order and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. They are so confident in their product that all their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get 10% off your first order and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com and the promo code Jackson. These really are the best sheets ever.
Birds are chirping, blossoms are popping. Let's celebrate the new season.
877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that info. You're going to need it. Coming up here in a few moments to vote for round one of your boners. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. See, if it wins here, it's not Boner of the Day yet. It has to defeat...
What more do you want from it, Carrie?
I know. It has to... This is how we get a good quality boner. It has to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We get 3 more candidates at 8:20. We take the winner of each round and throw them into Boner Fight at 9:20. That is when you decide Boner of the Day. So, pick your champion for round 1 now. Presenting 2 candidates now. A third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Tickets to Need to Breathe coming to Eccles Theater May 22nd, stripping down their albums to bring you back to their acoustic roots. Tickets at liveattheeccles.com.
Your first example of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior is boner candidate number 1, stealing from the needy. Ogden. A man appeared to steal a donation jar meant for women and children Friday, and he was caught on camera. In surveillance video captured by several cameras at the Vapor Vault near the Newgate Mall in Ogden, a man reached behind the counter for a vaporizer, but apparently that wasn't enough. The man, in a bright shirt, hat, jeans, and boots, came back for the donation jar a half an hour later. Another camera angle shows him using a jacket slung over his shoulder to hide the jar and walk out the door while a man with him blocks an employee's view. Vapor Vault owner Warren Brager estimates $150 in donations was stolen. It was money he planned to give to the YCC Family Crisis Center. Of course it's discouraging, he said. YCC Family Crisis Center Executive Director Margaret Rose said, obviously that person seemed like he must need the money.
Oh,
the YCC
that's being awfully kind.
Yeah, the YCC serves thousands of women and children in northern Utah escaping domestic violence or recovering from sexual assault. Ms. Rose said that the nonprofit relies on donations to help people who arrive at the shelter with next to nothing. I saw a woman come in this morning. She had a little grocery bag of her child's clothes. She was pushing the little baby in a stroller. That's all she arrived with. Brager said the Vapor Vault, the guy who owns the place, said that they plan to match the donation in the jar dollar for dollar, totaling about $300. Ms. Rose said it would have bought diapers for young mothers in crisis. Boner candidate number 1, stealing from the needy. There's boner candidate number 2. Oh, come on. It was just a joke. A Southwest Airlines passenger was escorted off a plane by sheriff's deputies for joking that the water being handed out ought to be for vodka, or ought to be vodka instead of water, after a lengthy delay on the tarmac in San Francisco. On-leaker Peter Uzelac said everyone had been stuck on the plane for hours. Mm-hmm. Boy, it's nothing worse. When due to a maintenance light that came on while the plane was preparing for takeoff, and that the flight attendant, it seemed to him, overreacted. Ozalak said the passenger, who was removed from the plane, did nothing wrong, really, and that the flight attendant got confrontational with both the passenger and his wife, prompting him to file a report with the airline. I've been flying for decades. I've never seen anything like this, Uzelac said. Apparently, in a statement Wednesday, Southwest Airlines said, we regret any less than positive experience a customer has on board our aircraft. So apparently what happened was the delay was just, it was becoming intolerable. Several hours. And
it's very frustrating.
It is. And so the flight attendants started bringing around water for everyone, cups of water. And the passenger said something like, they ought to be passing out vodka because we've been waiting so long. And the flight attendant was not impressed and said, I don't like your joke. And ultimately had the passenger removed from the plane.
I wonder if there was something else. I can't imagine that was it.
Yeah, according to everyone sitting around that person, that was it. There was the passenger was not particularly confrontational after that and said, I was joking. And
they must deal with people way worse than that all the time.
Probably everybody's tempers were bad at the end of several hours, including the flight attendants. But yeah, it's the passenger quoted said he was shocked by the flight attendant's reaction, and he filed a complaint against Sal. The passenger was taken off the plane, as far as we know, didn't file a complaint. This guy did. He said that was improper, and they shouldn't have done that to him. Boner candidate number 2. Oh, come on, it was a joke. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. It'll make me a better player.
All right, Boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Want improved vision without glasses or contacts? Choose LASIK. Choose Hoops Vision, Utah's LASIK leader, for phenomenal outcomes from experienced surgeons. Call 877-30-LASIK or hoopsvision.com.
Now I see our hotline is ringing.
We ought to go to that now.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not quite yet?
Spencer Cox is going to be calling in here any second now. So,
if you're like me, you don't know what to make of Keanu Reeves sometimes.
I know exactly what to make of Keanu Reeves.
You think? Do you think you do?
I love him. I think he's great.
I don't know what to make of him sometimes. He seems like such a load in a lot of occasions.
No, he's thoughtful.
But in the movie, sometimes he's just so silent and, It just seems like a load. He hardly ever does interviews, but he was on the Colbert Show, the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and even Colbert is very seldom at a loss for words. Mm-hmm. But he asked, and I don't know why he asked this, what do you think happens when we die, Keanu? What do you think happens when we die? And Reeves sort of sat there for a second, and he's got really long hair right now and a beard,
he's
wearing
lovely.
all in black. Black shirt, black tie, black coat. And he said, well, I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
Perfect answer.
No kidding.
Perfect
and
answer.
Stephen Colbert went.
No one can argue with that.
And really, Colbert went.
There's nothing to say to that.
And then he said, thank you. Thank you.
Perfect answer.
And people in the audience went, oh.
We love you.
He is the Buddha.
So I think
he's very private. He doesn't
Lieutenant Governor is on hold.
Yes, Spencer Cox is here.
Are you there?
I am here, guys.
Oh, there we are.
Okay, we're going to let you do it. Go ahead.
Well, I've heard a lot about John Wick 3, and
I would like to know more.
Wasn't that a good answer?
I thought it was a great answer. It was really a cool video.
Yeah, I know the ones who love us will miss us. So,
Yep.
But as the Lieutenant Governor, of course, you have the right to get on any radio show you want in Utah at any time.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's one of your powers.
Well, I'm excited that this is the first radio show I've been on this morning, and Abby and I are very excited to announce officially that we're running for governor of the great state of Utah.
Yay!
There you go. Congratulations. I know it was,
Thank you.
I know it was a rough decision. Thanks for announcing it first on our show. Now, we've seen some tweets about it that you've done.
I like your logo. It's a little green Utah pin that I saw on your Twitter. I like the.
Thank you.
It's a
I
good
appreciate
logo.
that. There's a lot going on there, but there's some John Deere colors there. That's our tractor. We got the Jazz City jerseys going on a little bit there. So we stole a lot of stuff that means something to us.
I have one criticism of the campaign announcement video that you put out, and that is your wife, Abby, should be in it way more than she is.
Yeah.
She's in it quite a bit, but
Could always use more.
But take my advice here and step back, Spencer. Step back and let her be sort of more in it, okay?
Well, you will notice that she actually starts and finishes the video.
Yes.
It's her voice. So I'm in there as little as possible as I can be for the actual candidate.
She is a terrific
Yeah,
woman.
we like Abby quite a bit. You're okay, but we like Abby.
I concur.
So now it's...
Well, see, I was going to ask you some hard-hitting political questions, but you're not the nominee yet, right? Is that how that works?
That's right.
That is true, and in fact, the Republican primary isn't until for a year. So we've got a lot of running to do, a lot of convincing to do, and we're hopeful that come June we will be the Republican nominee.
Well, fortunately for you, you seem to like going around, as I would, and I do like doing this too, going to just any place in Utah and talking to people.
Yeah, and that's really what we're going to do. I mean, it's important to us. We're from a small town, but Utah Utah is such a unique state, and we just like people, and Abby likes people,
Yeah.
and so we're going to go talk to people. I think that's what you should do as a candidate.
So how does this process work? How do you get to the nomination? How do the Republicans do that?
Yeah, well, it used to be you had to go through the Republican convention, right? You had to get the delegates to vote for you after the caucus night and then convention. Now there's a dual path to the ballot. You can also gather signatures, 28,000 signatures to get on the Republican primary as governor. And so, or you can do both. We'll actually be doing both, and hopefully we'll get enough support at the convention or enough signatures to get us on the primary in June, and then on to November if we're successful there.
I think isn't that what Governor Herbert did? He did both, right?
That's correct. Yeah, that's what most candidates have been doing recently. Senator Romney did that. Senator Lee did that before him. It's become pretty common.
You want that double punch of people really want me on the ballot.
Exactly, yeah. And again, to get 28,000 signatures, and they have to be from registered Republican voters, that takes a lot of work, and you have to have a significant base of support to be able to gather that many signatures.
But you got a lot of kids.
Well, we're working on it. We come from big families. We're related to almost everyone in Utah, so hopefully the problem is that hurts as much as it helps, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Is your son still on a mission?
Yeah, he gets home in a month.
Oh, perfect. He can help.
Yeah. In June, he'll help, but then boy number 2 is leaving in August.
Oh, well. So that's, you're still going to be down one. Well,
we'll be down one, but you'll appreciate this. He's going to Tahiti, so he'll be in Bora Bora and all those great islands.
All right, although I saw some pictures of your son in Mozambique, is it?
Yes.
And it seemed to me he was having just a great experience there. Those pictures.
It's been incredible. They've had some real heartbreak. Those giant cyclones that wiped out parts of the country, and so he's learned a lot about life and a lot about the human family, and he's a better person because of it.
Yeah. Spencer Cox announcing here. He announced earlier on Twitter, and this is the first radio show he's announced he's running for governor of the state of Utah. Congratulations. I hope you do well, and you've always been our friend, and we'll hope that continues.
It will continue.
It will continue
Thank you, guys.
Until you get the nomination, and then we have to ask you the hard questions, and then we'll see where that goes.
I can't wait. I love it. I always get the hard questions with you guys and your listeners, and it's been a lot of fun over the years. I can't thank you enough.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Good luck.
See you.
We'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Let's see. Is that all the news we got? Or
you have time for another story.
The White House is reviewing plans for military buildup, making noises like they want to go to war with Iran.
Well, you can't get rid of a wartime president.
I heard the Iranian ambassador saying today, he was an ambassador or somebody from Iran, and he was being interviewed on CNN, and he said, "We're just doing our operations in the Persian Gulf. That's where we live. We're not in the Gulf of Mexico. We're not doing anything in the Gulf of Mexico. We're home. We're home. You and your president is sending people to our home to confront us. So they're not.
This is big, dangerous, shiny keys.
Yeah, they're not going to back down from that. And Tooele residents are warned to be on the lookout for mountain lions. 2 different mountain lions. Now, there were 2 sightings, but they know it's 2 different mountain lions in Tooele because they were on opposite sides of town.
And one of them was wearing a sweater.
Well, and one of them was hanging around, Sterling Elementary School, the one who knows children are slow and tasty. So just have you noticed that when there are mountain lions around these days, they're always hanging around the elementary schools because they know where the good eats are.
Exactly.
All right.
Weather, traffic.
Weather brought to you by Get a Furnace and AC Tune-Up for just $44. That's a hail of a deal. Get comfortable, stay comfortable with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating and Air. Call 801-264-HALE. I don't tell my husband, but I turned the air on just for a minute yesterday. Just cool it down just a little bit.
Would you call Joe?
Yeah,
because technically I'm not supposed to do that until Memorial Day.
But
it was just a little.
That's the arbitrary line he has drawn. Okay.
84 today, so I'll probably do it just for a little bit.
Gina Barberi does not understand the phrase "tough it out."
Traffic, we've got a crash southbound I-15 approaching Antelope Drive in Layton. Cars are on the left shoulder. Power outage in Sandy has darkened traffic lights, Bangor Highway 90 south, and there might be another intersection involved in that as well. So treat that as a four-way stop. Front of the program says accident 7th east about 9th south. Northbound traffic is down to one lane for a couple hundred feet. Train stopped on the tracks affecting 40th south 40 in Roy, or 4800 south in Roy. Thank you for sending that in via text. I know you were stopped because the train was keeping you stopped, and that's why you were able to text 33986.
Here's boner candidate number 3. No, it'll make me a better player. Huh. Okay.
Yes?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought things were out of order, but they're not. It'll make me a better player. A Florida man accused of playing basketball while naked at a public park told police that he believed playing naked would enhance his skill level. According to the Longwood Police Department, police said that they went to Candyland Park on Longdale Avenue after they received a call about a man playing basketball naked. And sure enough, they found Jordan Anderson completely naked on the basketball court. Mr. Anderson said he believed practicing that way would enhance his skill level as a player.
I don't.
He was arrested on charges of indecent exposure. Boner candidate number 3.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, stealing from the needy. A man in Ogden captured on camera stealing a donation jar, money that was meant for the YCC in Ogden. Boner candidate number 2, come on, it was a joke. A passenger kicked off an airplane for joking during a long holdover delay on the plane. They'd been on the plane for at least 4 hours. Mm-hmm. He joked that the water the stewardesses were passing out, the flight attendants were passing out, should be vodka. That's all he said. He was removed from the plane. And boner candidate number 3, it will make me a better player.
All right, there we go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Yes, if it wins here, it has to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We'll do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. We'll take the winner of each round and throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. Right now, you're just picking the champion of round 1. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. 33986 is where you text that to. Call 877-602-9696 or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting May 14, 2019 and vote there. Less than 300 seconds, round 1. Here we go.
Start your work
.com is a place to start for Zero Res, and that's the phone number is 2880. That's 288-9376. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to call them because it's spring cleaning time, and your house is kind of cruddy from the winter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the carpets, the upholstery.
Build up in there that needs
Absolutely.
cleaning.
I mean, your carpet is a big filter, and it just holds a lot of dirt and stuff in there. So right now, Zero Res is offering $33 per room with the fourth room clean for free this month. Or if you don't want to do a fourth room, you can get a chair, an upholstered chair, clean for free with a 3-room cleaning. Now, when you call them, or make sure you tell them that X96 Radio from Hell sent you. That helps us out. And this really is the best time to get a deep cleaning for your house, your carpet, your tile, your upholstered furniture.
I've done it all.
Yeah, so take this deal, $33 per room, fourth room clean free, or a chair cleaned. Call 2880. That's 288-9376 or zerores.com.
All right, 7:45, Utah Word of the Day next. But first, let's award round one of your boners.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Pommiers.
And it's Tuesday. That means it's time for Tuesday night Bluegrass Jam at Gracie's with Pixie and the Partygrass Boys at 7. Like Gracie's on Facebook for updates. Adults only.
Boner candidate number one, stealing from the needy. A man in Ogden going in to steal stuff at a vape shop there, and there was a donation jar on the counter collecting money for the YCC, which helps women who need to be sheltered and children, and he just stole the donation jar. Boner candidate number two was, oh, come on, it was a joke. A passenger kicked off an airplane for saying that the water they were giving them, as the plane had been, just grounded on the tarmac for 4 hours or more, the flight attendants giving them water, and one attendant said, this really should be vodka. And they threw him off the plane. And boner candidate number three, it'll make me a better player to play naked, shooting basketball, playing naked in a public park. Lindsay won tickets to see Need to Breathe. And the winner by 10 votes over number one, boner candidate number two, oh, come on, it was a joke.
I didn't expect that one to win.
No, I didn't either.
But I'm pleased that it did. We don't pick them, you do. That's your winner for round one's voting. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Day. It'll have to go through the winner of round two's voting. Round two at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. We take the winner of each round and put them both into the Boner Dome. Boner fight happens at 9:20, and that is when you decide Boner of the Day. So stick around. Get comfortable.
Now, before we do this, I want to just make sure we let people know, and they know for sure, that the characters that are in this next sketch, the Utah Word of the Day, are not Snuffy and Guffy.
No.
Is that a warning for you or for listeners?
So we need to just make that clear.
It's kind of a disclaimer.
Yeah, because we don't want to get in any trouble. So these characters are not Snuffy and Guffy.
The Utah Word of the Day is brought to you by Bullfrog Spa's Clearance Center, now open in Midvale. Save thousands on hot tubs and outdoor furniture just off 72nd South in the Winco parking lot. A temporary clearance sale that ends soon.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day, and today's word is...
Jewelry. Jewelry. Jillery. Jewelry. And here with another fine example of how the word is used are those two sturdy Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand, to use the word jewelry in a sentence.
You're looking pretty sturdy today, LeGrand.
I'm not feeling really sturdy today, LeVar. A little Metamucil will take care of that.
That's right.
Hey there, LeGrand.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah. Huh?
I hope this isn't a personal question.
Well,
But what did you get your wife for Mother's Day, if you don't mind?
well, not at all, LeVar. I got her some fancy jewelry. My wife's always loved jewels of all kinds, so I let her I let her pick out what she likes, and then, she lets me pay for it.
Ain't that the way?
Yeah.
Would you get her like a ring or something
Well,
with a Jill on it?
yeah, she got a necklace with jewelry.
They say jewelry is the way to a woman's heart.
Mm.
Who's your jiller? Who do you go to?
Well, I mostly just go to this one place. I done it for a bunch of years because an old friend of mine, and he's also my cousin, works at this jewelry store.
Well, what store is that?
Well, it's a tradition. I always buy my jewelry at Zell's.
Zell's, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were still around.
No, Zell's is good, and my cousin's buddy is working there for many years now, and they have a big Mother's Day sale down to the Zell's.
A what?
A big Mother's Day sale.
Oh, Mother's Day sale at Zell's.
Down to Zell's.
Oh, so you get a good price then at Zell's.
Never fails.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Not Snuffy and Guffy.
No. Nope. Snuffy and Guffy, they are spokespeople for Smith & Edwards.
Yes, they are not.
The Country Boy
This is
store.
LeVar and
Yeah.
LeGrand.
If you ever hear ads for them, they're
Completely different.
Now, Snuffy and Guffy are characters we created, but we never owned the, do I dare say, intellectual property rights.
We never owned the rights.
No.
Should have sewn that up.
Smith
We
and
should've,
Edwards. Smith and Edwards owns those.
Because they're still using those characters.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Different actors.
Now, Snuffy and Guffy, Smith and Edwards created them on their
Visual
But
on
you
their
guys
ad.
came
But we
up
came
with
up. We created them on the radio.
The characters.
Yeah. It's not Snuffy and Guffy.
Well, we got plenty of time here, so
You want to run through it again?
do it right this time.
We can run through it again
You
if
did
you
it
want.
right. That was good.
Did okay?
Yeah,
We're-
this
you
is
know, we're-
getting better.
We're doing this mainly because Gina wanted us to. And if you don't like it, I want you to send all your complaint letters to her.
Yeah, send them to me.
Or better yet, tell her in person on Saturday night.
Oh, there we go. Go to x96.com and there's a rotating banner there with lots of rotating banners because we got a lot going on. We've got Salt City Sounds and all kinds of stuff going on there. The calendar. But let's see. It's about the second one in. I just went there and it says, come hang out with Radio from Hell and mix it up at Campos Coffee. It's 228 South Edison Street. If you don't know where Edison Street is, it's down
Between 2nd and 3rd South.
Yep.
And State Street and 2nd East.
Yeah. And Campos Coffee. Now, people say, oh, isn't that a coffee place, Campos? Yes. But it's also a kitchen.
And a restaurant, yeah.
They do breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Sunday brunch. I went there for
Sunday
Sunday brunch. It was really good.
So we're going to be there 7 to 9 p.m. on Saturday, and it's a special private party. So you can't just show up. You have to reserve your space, and you do that by going to x96.com, and you click on the Buy Now button, and it's $30. So what do you get for $30? A tasting, meaning Ketos Brewing, and whiskey on arrival from Water Pocket Distillery, and all kinds of food. Steak tartare, duck spring rolls, miso glazed pork belly with cucumber,
I am too.
eggplant bacon wrapped asparagus, mini avocado toasts, and so you'll just be having those pairings with that food. They also are going to have baristas showing you what was Hillary telling us yesterday? You know how you make the foam on the top into a picture?
They'll show you how to make foam.
They'll show you how to do that. And it's going to be on the rooftop at Campos. So maybe you've been to Campos Coffee just enjoying coffee and didn't realize they had a rooftop area. So plan on joining us. And the way you plan is by signing up at x96.com.
All right. We will see you on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Harry, we're not still doing Utah Word of the Day. Saturday, maybe that's next week.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Major slowage northbound I-15 at Bangor. Friend of the program says, I've been at a complete stop for quite some time. 4 south traffic stop seems to be turning around. There's a fire truck and smoke ahead up at the VA. Those are coming in via text at 33986. And if you see something you want to share it with everybody, text it to us. But please make sure you're not moving when you're doing it, because that's not good for any of us.
He means in a car.
Yeah, that's traffic.
You don't need to be
No, you don't have to sit down.
sitting down.
Be stationary.
I mean, I always suggest you remain seated. Oh, by the way, new episode of Remain Seated podcast is up now.
Oh,
I never text while driving, ever.
Do you listen to the Remain Seated podcast while
I
driving?
have, yes.
Are you all caught up? I make
no.
it easy, Bill. They're only 20 minutes.
No, I haven't listened to one since you talked about what was the last one I listened to? I don't remember. They're short and they're easily forgettable. They're consumed. You can consume
They're
them
like
well.
a piece of candy.
Like a piece of candy, yeah. They're just like wrapped up in a little paper. What was the last one I listened to? I think it was No, I haven't had the heart to listen to the one yet. When you talk about Festus's dad,
That's a hard one.
yeah, I haven't listened to that.
Mostly they're stupid, but that one's
yeah.
that one's not so
all
stupid.
right. Well, we will take a break. We will be back. We got some emails of interest, boners, round 2, things like that, all on the way. Stand by. Okay? Grove.co/X96 is the website that you need to go to. Now, what they specialize in, and I use this stuff, and it works. People ask me all the time. I don't know why they wouldn't think that it does, but, there you go. And they can explain it better at grove.co than I possibly could. I could just tell you that, this cleaning solution works. It all works. Grove makes shopping for natural products accessible and affordable, so you can easily choose the healthiest products for you and your family. Over 500,000 families shop at grove.co for non-toxic dish soap, plant-based skincare, tree-free paper towels. They make it easy to find the best natural, eco-friendly products online, delivers them straight to your door, and it's all in one place right on their website. If you've got the earth in mind, then grove.co is perfect for you. They've got the summer scents are now available. And if you try Grove now before this summer-ready offer runs out, you're going to get this deal for a limited time. Our listeners get a 5-piece cleaning set from Myers and Grove, a free 60-day VIP membership, and a free cleaning kit just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or more. So check out Grove and our special offer at grove.co/X96. Be sure to do the /X96. That makes sure you get the deal and we get the credit. That's grove.co, not com/X96.
The Toyota Salt City Sounds Concert Series, Night 1.
Round 2 of your boners, big boy news coming up. Stand by for that.
Oh, we have a giveaway I need to
yes.
tell you about right now.
Right now.
Right now, X96 welcomes Blink 182 with Lil Wayne to USANA on September 2nd. Tickets are on sale at smithtix.com, but Radio from Hell and Corey O'Brien, we all have a chance for you to win a pair of tickets this week. Get all the details and find out how to win at x96.com. I am going to give you a keyword. And for a chance to win tickets, you will text it to 33986. The keyword is rock. R-O-C-K, rock. Text that to 33986.
With regard to Utah Word of the Day, some people in the chat room love it. Some people texting, one person texting, "Hey, Gina, Utah Word of the Day sucks," blaming it on you as we told them to do.
Yeah.
It sucks. Make it go away. They sound like doofuses from Gunsmoke, not from Utah. So apparently it's the accents that...
Well, we could make them more...
Why don't we make them British?
Utah Word of the Day with
Yes.
British voices.
Yes. Oh, I see you bought some fine jewelry. Did you get that at Zell's?
Yeah, it doesn't
Really,
work.
no. So a couple of emails here. Oh, these are emails of interest, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Emails of interest.
So baby naming. This has been a running theme on the show since Friday.
Well, it's spring. That's when babies happen.
Yeah. And we have said, please don't name your baby before you run the names by us, because we really are the arbiters of that sort of thing, and we will give you good advice. And so Aaron has taken us up on that. Longtime listener and best friend of the program, Aaron Reeder. I like to make an appearance in your inbox periodically, and now is that time. My dear wife and I are expecting twins this month. Twins.
Congratulations.
A boy and a girl. So identical. We're ecstatic and nervous and everything in between.
Sure.
As the time nears, we're at odds in names for the babies, and I'd like your feedback.
Okay.
My wife is bound and determined that the boy will be called Mason.
Okay.
She says she chose that name years ago and won't budge on it.
Okay.
And he says, it's okay. I'm okay with the name Mason.
Mason's a good name.
It's like
Yeah.
Mason Adams. No, wait.
James Mason.
James Mason.
But
Mason
we
jar.
can't, yeah, Mason jar. We can't come up with a name for a baby girl. The reason is that I'm most partial to the name Macy.
No.
My wife
No.
takes up issue with this because she feels
It
that
will
Mason and Macy are too similar.
Yes, that will be confusing.
It will?
Macy, Mason, Macy.
Mason!
Macy.
Get in here.
No,
Macy!
no.
I don't think there's
It's
a problem.
too close.
She worries about issues when it comes to insurance and things of that
Yes.
nature.
They have the same birth date.
Thanks to opinions of... So, Gina, you agree with the ladies on Facebook that...
No, they're not wrong. If you have a name that similar and their birth date is the same and their address is the same, this will cause years of trouble. You can't just say, I like the name. You need to think about the implications of it.
She
and
also
there will
says
be
it
trouble.
will make it impossible to shorten one of their names in the context of yelling through the house.
Mace.
So I guess
Who's
Mason,
that?
you can be Mace, but if you're Macy, you have to be Mace as well.
Yeah, you're both
No.
short for
You
Mace.
have to be practical about this.
I can't convince her that these two occurrences are probably rare
No.
and likely easy to overcome
Aaron?
on my next recourse to get your feedback and quality of these names to determine if it's even worth pursuing.
Aaron, I like the name Macy. It's cute. But your wife is right. They are going to have the same birthday and the same address. And this is going to
This
cause
will be a problem down the road.
problems.
Yeah.
Do not cause them.
Yeah,
It'll be a problem for you
I guess,
and them.
I guess that's really true.
And people are suggesting Madison instead.
Mason and Madison.
Because that's far enough apart, perhaps?
Or you could do it.
Or just they don't have to rhyme or be
or
the
you could
same.
do
They can be
Stacy.
Totally different.
If you want something, let's find names that rhyme with Macy.
Macy and Stacy?
Mason and Stacy.
Oh.
Mason and Stacy. Or
Stacy's a boy name.
Name them both Mason.
People are suggesting Luke and Leia. Don't do
No.
that.
No.
Oh, here's good. Jamie and Cersei. There you go.
No.
You know, just because you have twins doesn't mean you have to have the same first letter or the same.
Mason and Daria.
They're going to be bound to each other forever
Delilah.
anyway. Give them a little something that's their own. Make it a little. Have it be a name that doesn't start with an M, doesn't rhyme with Mason. That's totally her own. I would suggest.
Either name them both Mason or come up with something totally different.
Don't be cute.
Frank.
Don't think, oh, we're having twins. Wouldn't it be cute if? Because guess what? They're not always going to be toddlers. They're going to be grown-up adults at some
So
point.
Mason is the boy. How about a boy's name, but for a girl, like Frankie?
I think Frankie's a cute name
For a girl. Mason and Frankie.
Yeah.
You know, because they're very opposite sounding. And
I think Frankie's cute.
how about Frankie? Go with that, Aaron.
Okay.
We hope to see that on the birth certificate.
Here's a texter. Harley and Quinn.
No. No cuteness with twins. Don't do that.
All right, so there's that. Now, do we have time for another?
Sure.
This is advice needed.
Advice. Email.
Now, this was directed to me, directly to me, but I think I need everybody to weigh in on it. Bill, a good friend of mine, once told you that you gave him some really good life advice. I have no idea what that was. He says, so for what it's worth, I thought I'd ask you for the same favor. I rent a house with 2 other people. I pay $400 a month. It's a great deal for a house. Problem is, my roommates are the worst. The one always asks me for rides and favors, never prepares for anything, and is always relying on me to sort of bail him out. So I would think my son is living with him, but I guess it's not. The other roommate is always going on and on about how I make Jesus cry because of my bad choices, especially my beer consumption. It's getting to be too much. Should I find my own place, my rent would skyrocket and I would barely be able to afford to eat, what with the cost of everything, or should I just suck it up and continue paying a reasonable rent while suffering with these 2 boobs, it says morons, allowing me to live more unrestricted and buy more beer? So,
I mean, did you know they were like this before you moved in?
Gina, again, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're there. That doesn't matter. So, I guess I would only say to this guy, I would say if you haven't talked to them, then you just deserve what you get. Now, if you sit down with each one of them individually and talk to them and say, this is what I'm perceiving and I can't live with this. I don't like it. Can you help me out here and change your behavior?
Yeah, you can't hope behavior onto somebody.
Yeah. Now, if you've done that and they still do the same thing, I don't know what's to prevent you from. Well, I don't know who controls it. Who controls the house?
Yeah,
somebody ought to be in charge of being able to say,
whose name's on the lease?
Yeah, you are out, and I'm getting another roommate.
My name's on the lease. You're out.
Yeah. So that's the only other option I see.
Straighten up or you're out.
Yeah, I don't think you should leave the house. It's way too expensive to try and get out there. And
I mean, unless you know unless you have an option.
Yeah.
Well, I've got these other friends that I get along with better, and
yeah, but
because no one wants that. Your home should be a sanctuary for you. It shouldn't be something that you're like, oh, I got to go home. I wonder I'm going to have to deal with my roommates.
It shouldn't be a place that you dread going to.
You ought to be able to just say, the one who's saying you're making the baby Jesus cry by drinking beer and stuff. All right, I understand your feelings on this. I respect your right to not do the things.
Sure.
So just stop with telling me how to live. Stop. I like you other than that, but stop that. And then the other one, the other one sounds like a mooch who will probably never learn.
Probably not.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right. Emails of interest.
If you have an interesting email to send us, you can do that at radiofromhell@x96.com. Katie reminded me of this that I should pass along to everybody.
Our producer, Katie?
Yes. Thanks, Katie, for short. Lane filtering law goes into effect today.
Oh, what is it?
What is that?
So this is where a motorcyclist can drive between the lanes. So if cars are stopped at a light, motorcyclists can come up between the cars, and
Oh, now that's legal?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we should always be on the lookout for motorcycles, of course. But in Utah, we haven't been used to them coming up behind us
It's
like
kind
that.
of unnerving,
It can
it's
be.
legal in California, and you see people doing it on the freeways down there all the time.
They say actually it's safer for motorcyclists to be able to do this rather than be stopped at a
Probably,
light,
because
smushed between cars.
Yeah, it's unlikely that somebody's going to open a door or something.
Yeah, no, it's so just be aware of that change.
My wife says that accident on 7th East that we've been reporting was a motorcycle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's traffic. Brought to you by the Honda Giant, Stockton 12 Honda in Sandy. Find your Honda at stockton12honda.com.
All right. Round 2 of your boners coming up next.
Here are the candidates. Number 1, it was the Lego Crack House kit. Number 2, the planet is doomed. And number 3, it was a grown-up's Happy Meal.
All right, round 2 of your boners, along with Big Boy News and a Pinuendo coming up after these. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com. Great website.
Yeah, and they are terrific. I've used them. I've had laserized correction, so I don't have to wear glasses or contact lenses. But Carrie's dealt with cataracts, and they help with that,
Well,
too.
here's what happened, because I had the laser vision correction, and then my left eye started to kind of not be as good as it was. And so I thought, well, maybe I can go in and they can touch it up, or I get that camera lens thing deal that they had. And they went and said, no, it's a cataract. And I freaked out. But boy, it was so easy to fix.
Settle down, Mr. Jackson. Have a cookie.
Exactly.
Hoops Vision's FDA-approved computer-guided laser facilities, the most advanced cataract procedure available. At Hoops Vision, you can expect more. They have a team of experienced surgeons that uses the safest, latest proven technologies, providing the best possible outcome. They are a world-class leader in cataract surgery. So, if you're having vision problems, find out why. Go to Hoops Vision. You can go to their website, which is HOOPES, hoopsvision.com, or call them 877-30-LASIK.
Technology has evolved to the point where the ultimate goal can now be attainable. You can enjoy X
3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. And you'll decide with your votes, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. But we'll take both those candidates and we'll throw them into boner fight. 9:20 is when you decide boner of the day. Right now, you're picking the champion for round 2. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Campos Coffee. And don't forget, this coming Saturday, we have a mixer. Saturday night, 7 to 9 p.m. at Campos Coffee. Go to x96.com to register to come to our mixer.
Here's boner candidate number 1. It was the Lego crack house set. Authorities in Georgia has said that a child opened a Lego box purchased from a consignment store and found $40,000 worth of meth inside instead of plastic bricks. The Bullock County Sheriff's Office said that three women told investigators that they'd purchased the box, which was labeled as containing some Lego toy, at a consignment shop, brought it back to Statesboro, where they gave it to a young child. Sheriff's investigator Jim Riggs said the child opened the box and discovered a large bag of meth, $40,000 worth. The Sheriff's Office said they believe the meth was hidden inside the box by drug distributors and mailed to an empty or abandoned address. Investigators said postal workers will sometimes not deliver to addresses dubbed vacant, and the unclaimed packages will later be auctioned off. They said that was likely how the box ended up for sale at a consignment shop. No, that's not it. It was a Lego crack house set. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. The planet is doomed. I read this morning, and that's what I thought. I went, oh my, we're just doomed. On the deepest dive ever made by humans inside of a submarine, a Texas investor and explorer found something he could have found in the gutter of nearly any street in the world. Trash. Oh. Victor Vescovo, a retired naval officer, said he made the unsettling discovery as he descended nearly 6.8 miles. That's 35,853 feet to a point at the Pacific Ocean's Mariana Trench that is the deepest place on Earth.
And they found trash there.
His dive went
everywhere.
52 feet lower than the previous deepest descent in the trench in 1960, and Vescovo found undiscovered species as he visited places that no human had gone before. On one occasion, he spent 4 hours on the floor of the trench viewing sea life ranging from shrimp-like arthropods with long legs and antennae to translucent sea pigs, similar to a sea cucumber.
Sea pig.
Sea cow?
He also
wondering if you could have a sea farm. That's all.
He also saw plastic and metal objects, one with writing on it. It was very disappointing to see obvious human contamination of the deepest point in the ocean, he said.
But everything's fine.
An object described by a spokesperson for the 5 Deeps Mariana expedition as man-made is illuminated. There's a picture of it in this story. Plastic waste has created epidemic proportions in the world's ocean, with an estimated 100 million tons of plastics dumped in the ocean to date. According to the United Nations, scientists have found large amounts of microplastic in the guts of deep-dwelling mammals like whales.
Yeah.
The microplastics, I think there's those little beads that they put in,
like scrubs,
like face scrubs,
yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, don't buy those anymore. No. They have natural ones that have like
sugar or salt,
walnuts or something, isn't it?
You can get them with sugar or sugar and or salt that is the abrasive.
Yeah, don't buy the ones with the little.
I was thinking about this the other day. The grocery sacks, and we still can't recycle those.
Nope, they gum up the.
I don't know. You take them back to the store. I don't know exactly what they have. Some process.
Don't put them in your recycling.
I don't
your
anymore.
Blue can.
No,
you can take them to the grocery store, and they'll. I just try
Here's
not to use them.
Don't get them.
I try never to get them,
of
but
course.
But you do occasionally.
Yeah,
I keep them for dog poop. Those are my. I'm serious.
Well,
Those are
but then where do they go?
in the garbage.
And then where does that go?
Well,
It's not. It goes into the landfill. That's not good. You're putting that plastic in the landfill where we don't want it.
what am I supposed to pick up the dog poop with?
You can get eco-friendly.
Yeah, there are.
Your hands. You can get eco-friendly bags for that.
Did you see that Twitter video of the beluga whale?
Yeah.
Where it was bringing
In a
the
harness?
bringing a phone back to a person who had dropped their phone in the water.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it picked it up out of the water and brought it back to them on their raft. And I think that was the whale's way of saying, keep your plastic S out of the ocean.
Jeez. Anyway, number 2, the planet is doomed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't put those in the garbage. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. It was a grown-up's Happy Meal.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 2 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Rio Grande Concert Series at the Gateway continuing this Thursday with Cub Sport, live music, food trucks, craft beer from Salt Flats Brewery, and cocktails free to the public. Details at shopthegateway.com.
Joe Namath, Broadway Joe, a famous football player. And, I saw him recently doing, I think it was probably during the Super Bowl, doing commentary and stuff before the game. He was good. He was doing well. He was sharp and smart, and he was doing well. But boy, was he in trouble for a long time.
I Want to Kiss You.
Yeah, the quarterback says it got to the point where a voice in his head told him, drink, drink, drink. It was a voice that Namath named Slick. So
It sounds like something Slick would do.
This Slick would tell me to drink. Every now and then Slick whispers, hey, come on, have a drink. And he said, if I hadn't stopped drinking, I'd be dead right now. I'd be dead by now. Namath writes in his All the Way as My Life in 4 Quarters, an autobiography. The notoriously private, and he doesn't give many interviews or anything like that anymore, covers a wide range of personal and professional experiences in the book, from football-induced brain trauma and his Super Bowl III victory to his path to sobriety after years of alcohol abuse. Namath is now 75, and he said that infamous 2003 sideline interview with Susie Kolber, and that's the one Kerry was just mentioning.
I Want to Kiss You.
Live TV.
Gross.
And he's doing an interview, and then he says, I just want to kiss you. I just want to kiss you. I saw it as a blessing in disguise, he said. I had embarrassed my friends, my family, and I couldn't escape that feeling, and I have not had a drink since that happened. That's pretty good, Joe. Utah's only Zion Ceiling is going away.
Oh, at the Eccles.
At the Eccles.
About
the
time.
stupidest thing you have ever seen.
Yes.
The demise of the unique barrier inside the Eccles Theater in downtown Salt Lake can be attributed to changes in state alcohol laws and the opening of a new restaurant inside the Eccles Theater.
Because imagine the horror. You take your kids to see Aladdin at the Eccles Theater, and you're upstairs, and they look down over the balcony, and way down there, somebody's mixing a drink. Way!
Signs went up Monday.
It was not ever a problem.
Signs went up Monday announcing the remodel of the lobby space to make way for the Tin Angel at the Eccles, the second restaurant for Jerry and Kestrel Lidicke, the husband and wife duo who owns the Tin Angel on 4th South. I go to the Tin Angel fairly often. My friend Bruce Baird, when we have lunch together, he likes that place. We go there, and it's been there a long time, and it's always been a good restaurant. It's always just it's interesting and it's solid. I've never had a bad thing there, so I hope this works out for them. Tin Angel at the Eccles is expected to open in early August, before the Book of Mormon musical returns for an August 13th through the 25th run. The big goal is to make the space look like a restaurant and make it separate from the lobby, they said. We'll have to remodel. And by the way, that Zion Ceiling is definitely going away.
That's done.
So, yeah. Let's see. Do you've heard of Danger Cave?
Yeah.
Here in Utah?
Yeah.
A cave with evidence of some of the earliest humans in Utah. I almost thought maybe I should have made this a boner candidate. It was looted last week by thieves who state park officials say tore security fixtures from the walls, and stole all of the artifacts inside.
Oh, jerks.
Ron Rood contracted to work at the site. The site steward said he went to Danger Cave on Saturday to set up for a tour. The spot, which sits in a remote area of the West Desert near Wendover, has no signs directing visitors to its entrance and is closed to tourists who aren't accompanied by trained archaeologists. When Rood got to the entrance, and by the way, there are steel gates closing the cave entrance.
Yep.
When he got there, he said it had been breached. They had broken open the door, the gate, and inside everything was gone. They just cleaned it out. It was just awful.
People suck.
Let's see. Yes, they do. Plane crash in Alaska. 2 planes colliding in midair. Now there are these sightseeing planes, and two planes collided in midair. 4 people were killed, 10 others injured, 2 missing. After 2 small planes, they were. You go on a cruise ship when you go out, and we take that Northern Passage cruise. Then one of the places you stop, they offer these sightseeing plane tours if you want to do them, and they were all cruise ship passengers. Great Britain Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt is warning U.S. officials about what he says could become an unintended escalation of conflict in the Persian Gulf. We need to make sure that we don't end up putting Iran back on the path to re-nuclearization, he told reporters on Monday before meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. The meeting was scheduled to reportedly discuss the possibility of a nuclear arms race in the Middle East shortly after Donald Trump ordered U.S. warplanes and an aircraft carrier to go to the increasingly unstable region. We're very worried about a conflict. We're worried about a risk of conflict, of an escalation that is unintended, Hunt said. Hunt also called for a period of calm so everybody understands what the other side is thinking. I'm sure that that's the way Donald Trump will approach it. Democrats are reluctant to impeach U.S. President Donald Trump, but he may provoke a move by continuing to obstruct Congress's efforts to oversee his administration. Adam Schiff says I think he may be trying to force us into an impeachment.
He wants impeachment.
I heard Lindsey Graham yesterday talking about Don Jr. not testifying. You don't have to answer a subpoena. The subpoena is meaningless. You don't have to answer
I
it.
thought a subpoena was something you had to pay attention to.
And then I heard Lindsey Graham, a recording of Lindsey Graham back in the Nixon days, or he was talking about the Nixon days. This is back in the 90s. He's saying, subpoena power is the power that Congress has to make sure that the co-equal but executive branch doesn't get out of hand, and the executive branch needs to honor subpoenas. Yes. And when Nixon said he wouldn't honor a subpoena, that was an impeachable offense.
He also said about Clinton, this isn't about punishing him. This is about cleansing the office.
Yeah. And let's see. Finally, this story. This is the last one, right? Yeah. Or
quickie.
A Michigan bakery known for its wild cookie creations, just started making a mammoth chocolate chunk cookie. This cookie is stuffed with Reese's peanut butter cups and marshmallows.
Oh, sounds good.
They also make a variety of cookies like Superman cheesecake, Captain Crunch berries, and peanut butter volcano cookies. We're always trying to create new flavors that spark good memories, said owner Lauren Romia. She said the giant stuffed cookie started with an Instagram post. We posted on Instagram asking people what they thought of this crazy concoction we made. People started calling us and asking us if we had the cookie in the store. We told them no. People said we should make it. I've never had a cookie where people responded by actually calling us. Usually they just comment on social media. You can buy the cookie for $20.
How big is this cookie?
It's big. It is said it's about equivalent to a dozen regular-sized cookies.
Oh,
But it comes
share it with friends.
It comes in a big triangular shape.
Cut it up like a pizza.
Yeah, and it's stuffed with marshmallows and Reese's.
All right.
Man.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, Tiger Woods isn't my favorite, but I don't think this is fair. Tiger Woods is being sued after a bartender from his restaurant died in a drunk driving accident following a night of heavy drinking. According to the lawsuit filed by the family in Palm Beach, the bartender finished his shift at the Woods in Jupiter a little before 6 p.m., but decided to hang out a little while longer and indulge in a few drinks. He was allegedly served alcohol to the point of severe intoxication, according to the suit. A few hours later, he headed home but got into a fatal car crash on the way. His blood alcohol level was .256, which is 3 times the legal limit. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, his parents are blaming Tiger Woods, who owns the restaurant, claiming he knew that the bartender battled alcoholism and shouldn't have been served.
Pretty tenuous, yeah.
I don't think this is Tiger's fault.
It doesn't matter.
He's got the money. So
That's why. Yes, they should sue because he has the money. That's why you sue.
All right.
Weather, warm again today, and it could be a little cloudy, 84 for a high. Feldman's Deli is Utah's authentic Jewish deli, located at 20th East, 27th South, open Tuesday through Saturday for breakfast and lunch, Thursday through Saturday for dinner, music Friday and Saturday nights. Everyone meets at Feldman's. Go to feldmansdeli.com. Well, friends of the program sending us traffic, thank you. They said that the accident with a car on fire right by Rice Eccles Stadium on 4th South is affecting traffic both directions. 2 accidents just happened southbound I-15 near the Beck Street exit. Another friend of the program sent us that via text, and I'm sure they were all stopped and being very good boys when they were sending those to us. 33986. Start small, save big. Open a 60-month certificate of deposit at Cyprus Credit Union. Receive 3.65 APY. With rates this great, there's never been a better time to start saving. Stop by or visit cypruscu.com.
All right.
This is boner candidate number 3. It was a Happy Meal for adults. So a woman in St. Augustine, Florida, she sent her coworker went to a Taco Bell during the evening shift and ordered a Fiesta taco salad. And if you know anything about Taco Bell's Fiesta taco salad, it's delicious. It's a great food. So when the worker got back to work with the Fiesta salad, she opened up the box and discovered, it says here, an unusual item in the box next to the food. A box cutter.
Ooh.
In a statement obtained by Fox News, spokesman for Taco Bell said the safety of our customers and team members is a top priority. We're grateful to hear that no one was injured. Now, if you see a picture of it, it's just a taco salad in a box, and then just next to it, there's a box cutter. I maintain this is a Happy Meal for an adult. You know, in this one, you get the box cutter. Yeah. You know, in another one, there's a paint scraper. And this one has a small pry bar in it. You know, I think that's great. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, it was a Lego crack house kit. This is a child finding meth worth $40,000 in a Lego box that was bought from a consignment store. Boner candidate number 2, I think the planet's doomed. Trash found littering the ocean floor at the deepest dive ever made by a submarine to the deepest part of the ocean, and there's trash down there. And boner candidate number 3, it was a Happy Meal for a grown-up.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll throw them both into Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. Right now, you're picking the champion for round 2. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Katie will take your vote in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting Tuesday, May 14, 2019, and vote there. You've got less than 300 seconds. This is round 2. Let's go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about.
we got to talk about Volkswagen, Gina.
Oh, my Passat from Volkswagen Southtown that Festus and I have been sharing. And it's the 2019 Passat, and it's super sporty and fun to drive. But one of the features I like is they have Apple CarPlay or Android Audio, meaning you take your phone, and it works for both of us because Festus has an Apple and I have an Android. And you plug it into the car, and then it mimics your phone screen up on the screen in the car. So say you need a map, and you, instead of trying to read it off your little phone, it puts it up on the big screen so you can see it better. Or for your music or whatever. You've got the X96 app on there you want to use. It makes that all work really well. And they've got a deal right now. You can lease your favorite Volkswagen for $88 down, $88 a month for 3 months. Go see them. Everybody that works at Volkswagen Southtown is super nice, and they're easy to find. They're just off 106 South on I-15 on the west side of the freeway, or you can go to vwsouthtown.com.
All right, so let's award round 2 of your boners.
And that's brought to you in part by some vegetables dipped in some really delicious ranch dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and running low on coffee beans, want a fresh bag? Get Campos coffee beans delivered to your door within 2 days of roasting. Pretty cool, huh? Visit camposcoffee.com for details.
So boner candidate number 1, it was the Lego Crack House set. Kid finding $40,000 worth of meth in a Lego box. Boner candidate number 2, the planet is doomed. Trash found littering the ocean floor in the deepest ever sub-dive. And boner candidate number 3, it was a happy meal for grown-ups, you know? So you went to the Taco Bell, got a delicious taco salad, and there was a box cutter in the box right next to the salad. A useful tool for an adult. Camille won the Campos coffee, and the winner, boner candidate number 2, the planet is doomed.
All right, there you go. That is the winner of round 2's voting. It is now qualified to be boner of the week. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. All this happens in Boner Fight. 9:20 is when you decide boner of the day officially.
So I saw this tweet yesterday from Jeremy Harris.
Mm-hmm.
He's a reporter at KUTV, Channel 2. And I noticed it because of the picture attached to it.
Yeah.
And the tweet said, "More than once I've tried to get my way by telling managers, I bet you would have let Rod Decker do it."
Rod Decker, longtime Channel 2 reporter, and one of the most distinctive reporters ever on certainly TV around here, but in any market, I would think.
Carrie used to do a character, Rod Decker Undercover.
Yep. It's fun to do the Rod Decker. Everybody, you can do the Rod Decker voice.
Anybody
Gina.
can do the
Rod Decker, KUTV News.
You just need to shout.
Yeah.
It's not really that far from my David Lynch impression.
And the joke for Rod Decker Undercover was he'd be, dressed up in a
little
Like
girl
a
or-
girl or a dog or something. But he would still talk like this. I am a cute little girl,
Yeah.
not an investigative reporter.
And I've worked with Rod on the Van Oker Group report. He fills in on that sometimes. And I've interviewed him, and he is really one of the sharpest. He's just smart. He is a smart guy.
So this reporter is saying, I tried to ask my managers, well, you would have let Rod Decker do this. And then the picture he posted is a picture of Rod Decker with his shirt off. He's holding the microphone with the Channel 2, logo on it. And it looks like a tattoo artist is tattooing on Rod's shoulder, Rod Decker, Channel 2 News.
Now,
it could be fake.
I tried to get a hold of Rod. I texted him this morning, and I haven't gotten a response. I don't know.
Bill, ever since I retired, I don't get up until after 10.
So I don't know if it's real or not.
But I would love to know if it's real, but it reminded me of Bill wanting to get a tattoo on the air.
So, oh boy, this made me mad. So there was a tattoo, as there is every year, the big tattoo convention in town.
Now preface this with this was previous owners where
Yeah.
this happened.
Yeah, we're not talking about our current owners.
This is not our current owners. I don't think our current owners would say two things about it.
I don't think they'd care.
No. But so the tattoo convention was in town, or going to be in town. There were local tattooists who were going to be there, and the convention bought a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They were advertising on the air on the Radio from Hell show, and somebody suggested, maybe it was me who suggested it. I don't know. Why don't I get a tattoo on the air, and we'll do it on the radio?
You've been wanting a new one,
Yeah.
and
I have a couple. I don't have many tattoos, but I've been wanting to get a new one. And I said, well, why don't I get a tattoo on the air, and we'll talk while they're doing it. And I said I want to get a bee tattooed on the inside of my arm, not the letter B, but a buzzing bee. And we did. So, and I don't remember the tattoo artist or who did it at
I
all.
want to say it was.
Well, don't say.
No. I mean, I want to say I don't even know if it was a local person.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, it was a local person in a local shop, and we did it on the air, and then all hell broke loose. We got in trouble. They want to see you up in the main office, and I think we all had to go, didn't we, or was it just me? I don't remember. Maybe it was just me. I had to go sit down and say, you're in trouble. And I say, what for? And I said, well, for the tattoo. And I said, what? Why? Well, it's specifically forbidden in your contract, which I don't think it was. I don't remember.
Either the contract or the employee manual. I think it was the employee manual.
That you cannot get a medical procedure done on the air. And I said, I didn't. I got a tattoo. It's a medical procedure. And they were pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we had an appendectomy in the studio.
What they were worried about is if somehow Bill got an infection from the tattoo he was getting in the studio, that you could have sued the company. That's what they were worried about.
I'll tell you what did happen. The tattoo that I got turned out not well, and so as it started to heal, it started to shrink and shrivel and get more and more sore and scabby and bad.
Didn't look good.
No, and it didn't look good. And I mean, it wasn't infected or anything like that. I didn't know why. And then my friend Sergio, who has a tattoo shop in downtown Salt Lake, Tattooland, said, what's happened here is that, he said, I think the guy was nervous when he was doing it.
He probably was.
And he just did it too deeply. He said it's just too deep in your skin, and that caused your skin to your body to, react and heal too much, and therefore the tattoo now looks crummy. But he said, but I can fix it. It got to heal up all the way, and then I'll fix it and make it look right.
And it looks great.
Yeah, and it looks fine. But it was man, that was aggravating. But I want to find out if Rod Decker really did this, or if this is a Photoshop. 'Cause I'm not smart enough to tell if it's Photoshop. So.
Well, it
wouldn't be a Photoshop.
It's not a Photoshop because it's an old
Yeah.
picture. But
you
he
can
could have
Photoshop old pictures.
Well, but I think he could have faked it like it wasn't actually a tattoo.
Drawing
it was
on
a draw.
it.
That the tattoo.
Yeah, that was the point of the story he was doing, was allegedly getting a tattoo.
You think maybe the tattoo artist just drew that on there, and then the guy held a gun? Well, we need to find out.
That's what we wanted to find out.
Yeah. Because it appears to be an actual photograph, right? It's not been manipulated.
So we'll, Jimmy Martin and I got our tattoos on the same day many years ago.
How
and
romantic.
He's about ready for a new one, and so am I.
What do you want?
Star Trek Delta Shield right here.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I'm surprised you haven't.
That should have been the first one.
I'm 2 years late on it. I wanted to get it for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, but I just get busy. I don't think about these things. So maybe we can do it on the air, is what I'm getting
No,
at.
you can. It's a medical procedure.
Medical procedure.
No,
or should we test it? You want to test it?
Let's test it. Let's just get it on.
Katie's all in on this.
I'll bet Sergio would do it.
How many tattoos do you have, Katie? She's trying to count.
I got a guy, Johnny Mac.
13? 13 tattoos.
If Johnny Mac will do it on the air, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, traffic. UDOT hasn't been updating me very well, but friends of the program have, so thank you for that. Let's see what they've given us lately. Issues up by Rice Eccles Stadium earlier. Accident at Union Park Avenue by I-215 exit on-ramp in Cottonwood Heights. Thank you for sending that in via text at 33986.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take a break. We will be back. We got Boner Fight for Boner of the Day coming up. Diamonds Direct.
That's the place you want to go for jewelry. Diamonds Direct. Now, we mentioned them quite a bit, and they've been having sales lately. But let's talk about the core principles at Diamonds Direct. Mm-hmm. Value, education, quality, and integrity. So you can buy with total confidence at Diamonds Direct. Starts with value. Diamonds Direct cuts out the middleman, giving you access to large selection at a low price. Second, education. You can get Diamonds Direct's. They hold nothing back. They'll tell you about the quality of diamonds. They'll say, now, if you want to spend a little less money and get a big rock, you can do that, but it'll be of less quality. Here's why that matters or doesn't matter.
Or maybe you get a smaller one now, and then you do their trade-up program.
Then there is the quality. The diamonds at Diamonds Direct are real, rare, precious stones, hand-selected with the highest cut grades. And then there's integrity. They have a reputation to uphold at Diamonds Direct. They are known. There are other Diamonds Direct stores all over America. They're known for honesty and trust and the highest standards. They've really raised the bar in the diamond and the jewelry business here in Utah, that's for sure. So if you want to go, get a place for diamonds and engagement rings, fine fashion jewelry, Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across the street from the Fashion Place Mall.
Birds are chirping, blossoms are popping. Let's celebrate the new season. Join us, Radio from Hell, Saturday, May 18th.
just let it go.
Next album track.
Yeah, let it go. I like that.
Talking Heads. Because on this day,
David Byrne.
David Byrne.
How old is David
One of my
Byrne?
favorites.
I don't have it right in front of me.
Oh, you're going to make me look, aren't you?
He's been around a while.
You know, I don't care. I don't care.
I just want to know what Jerry Harrison is doing these days. What happened to him?
Google it.
So my week this week is crazy, as are a lot of parents having a crazy week.
Well, it's the tyranny of soccer, right?
Yes, it's State Cup.
What does that mean?
Now Katie knows. Katie's a soccer. Katie, you can come in here if you
Katie's a
want.
soccer coach.
What is State Cup?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's all the best teams in Utah playing for the State Cup, and if you win State Cup, you go to regionals, and then you go to nationals, right, Katie?
I played in the State Cup once.
Did you?
I did. We didn't do so well, but I played in it.
How many teams are there?
I don't know. It depends on your.
It depends on the age group. So each age group, U11, U12, whichever one
Yeah.
it is, I think it's like a.
How do you get into the State Cup?
So your regular season, depending on what your record is in your regular season, then you get invited to the State Cup. So it's a big deal to be invited.
They keep track of the goals scored, and they get points by
I thought
that.
everybody just got a participation
No.
certificate
This is
Not
competition. Everything counts.
Oh yeah.
in large amounts.
And so this is Mohammed's first year
Oh cool.
for State Cup. So he's beyond excited about
What
it.
age group is he?
He's U12.
U12. Oh okay. So he's about my nephews. Yep, he's at the same age as my
well,
nephew.
maybe that's the team that beat him.
No, my boys aren't going to the State Cup yet.
Not
Yeah,
good
they-
enough, huh?
They're getting there.
Not good enough, huh?
Some of them are.
Bill, there's a lot of soccer in Utah.
Oh yeah,
There's-
many teams.
Too much.
Uh-huh.
And
Ruining our playgrounds.
so he had his first State Cup game last night, and they lost.
Does that mean they're out, or
No,
is
no.
it double elimination?
No, now it's all points. It's
So you didn't get any points for winning or losing.
no.
Did you get a point for participating?
No, this is this is not participation. This is
Isn't it-
counts.
There's too much pressure.
It's like 3 points for a win, a point for a tie, and 0 for a loss. Or
I
something.
can't follow it. But
Well, that doesn't sound very difficult.
I think that's how they do it. I know that's how most professionals do it. So
What?
but it's
So you can just hope he loses the next game and then they're out, right?
no, they play at least 3 games. There's 4 teams in their bracket. So but it's out at the rack.
What's that?
It's the
Nordstrom?
no, it's the recreation.
it's
I don't know what rack stands
You're
for.
gesturing in some way.
'Cause
I
I'm
don't
pointing
know.
it's that
Well,
way.
Where?
North Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But it's hot and insane.
well, and there's no shade coverage out
There's
there.
no tree, there's no nothing. And the parking is a nightmare because there's so many teams playing at different times and
Yep.
people coming and going. You have to stalk for a parking space just to get out there, just to get to the
Most
game.
of the time, you have to like send the boys or like the players out, and then you have to sit there and circle the parking lot for like an hour.
Yep. And it's girls too. Girls are in State Cup
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Well, this none of this sounds like it's worth doing.
Well, it is because all the kids think they're going to go to the nationals, which are in Hawaii
Oh,
or
yeah.
somewhere. We're going to go to Hawaii.
I mean, it is a big deal, especially for the kids that go and they don't do the best. It gives them something to strive for the next year.
If it's a big deal for the kids, then figure out a way he can take the bus to the match.
but they take this so seriously. If
Who's
you
they? The kids or you?
no, well, the
Coaches,
kids do
kids.
everything. If you have the wrong socks,
Oh, the refs get so mad.
your team is disqualified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like your
That's a-
uniform
Oh, they
That-
got worse.
has to be.
That happens at my house.
They used to let us wear if one of us didn't have like the same colored socks, we'd wear one sock of one and then the other sock of the other, so we'd have like white and blue socks. So they won't let them even do that.
No.
Oh.
And they can't just be black socks. They have to be the right
Well,
black
Okay,
socks.
The
This sounds
tyranny
terrible.
of soccer has gotten out of hand.
That's hard for little kids who lose their socks.
Yeah. Well, no, because it's on me.
That's
and,
true.
And there must no poor kids in this, right? Because all of these regulations and costs and
It is an argument people have about
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
yeah.
expensive. It's
exactly.
expensive.
Well,
So
It sounds like a great time was had by all.
So no game today. I have a game tomorrow, which I have to get him out of school early for.
Again.
Of course.
I don't know who schedules these things.
Well, that doesn't matter. The teacher's certainly under. Oh, you're in state cup.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Big deal.
Oh yeah.
Can't get out of school for Comic-Con, but State Cup, certainly. You know.
I'm so glad my kids are slackers.
Jeez. All right. Well, we will take a break. We will be back. Stand by for boner fights and a reasonable amount of news. But before that, we got to tell you about what's going on with the Downtown Alliance.
Oh, the Downtown Alliance, right now, they're in partnership with the Gateway, are presenting the Rio Grande Concert Series.
Oh, this is a great thing. You went to this, right?
Yeah.
ShopTheGateway.com is where you can find all the details. The concert series has a mix of high-profile, national, and local acts every Thursday through
free.
May.
It's free.
It's free, absolutely free and open to the public. The food trucks, those are not free, but they're available. Craft beer from Salt Flats Brewery, and there are, now this would make State Cup better,
What?
cocktails available for purchase to those over 21.
Now, even though they have those, this is a family-friendly event. Bring
Sure.
your kids to this.
Open at 6. The band begins at 7. Headliner will go on at 8:30. Let's see. The next one is the 16th, right? And let's see. Yeah, that's right. The 16th, it's Cub Sport, the headliner, Divorce Court. So there you go. It's the concert series. It's the Rio Grande Concert Series at the Gateway. Find out more by going to shopthegateway.com.
Listen for nothing but music 3 times per day with X96. We'll give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right
You will need it to vote for Boner of the Day. Boner Fight coming up in about 5 minutes from now. So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by...
They have over 1,000 used vehicles in inventory, 6 locations, Orem, Sandy, Murray, Ogden, 90th South, plus trucks and imports located in Sandy or LHMusedcars.com.
It's time for Britney news.
It's Britney Watch.
Oh, well, I wish I'd have known.
Yeah, I just decided at the last minute. Britney Spears has, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Britney has done an about-face, now telling the judge...
It's Britney Watch, keeping you up to date with all your Britney Spears news.
Had to pull that one out of the archives and blow the dust off of it.
Jamie Spears, so she's telling the judge that her father, Jamie Spears, committed her to a mental health facility a month ago against her will and also forced her to take drugs. TMZ also is reporting that Lynn Spears' lawyer echoed those allegations. TMZ broke the story. Britney spent 30 days at a mental health facility in L.A. after she began rapidly going downhill. She stopped taking the drugs that had kept her stable after they stopped working, and doctors still have been unable to find the right combination. Jamie Spears does not have the power under the conservatorship to either commit Britney against her will or apply her with drugs against her will. A mental health facility that accepted an adult patient against the patient's will when the conservator did not have such power and would be committing a crime. So apparently what she's saying is she's nutty. Because that couldn't happen.
Because they won't.
Yeah, they wouldn't. And he doesn't have the power to do it.
So she agreed to it and then went,
saying,
I didn't want to do this. They made me do this.
A Grantsville woman is facing a misdemeanor charge of illegal tattooing after she allegedly inked a 14-year-old boy without his parents' permission.
She's the cool mom.
According to police, the 20-year-old woman admitted to tattooing the minor, but said she believed he was 17. However, Utah law prohibits tattooing or body piercing on anyone under the age of 18 without parental consent. The boy and his older sister went to the woman's house, according to a search warrant, and he agreed to pay her $40 for an Egyptian-designed tattoo on his chest.
Well,
his 18-year-old sister... Have you checked your son's chest, by the way?
I haven't. I'll have a look.
His 18-year-old sister told police she previously had paid the woman $5 for a small tattoo, which was also done at the woman's home. The boy's mother contacted police. By the way, after the tattooing was done, she drove the boy and his sister to a convenience store and bought him some cigarettes. So
she's the cool mom.
It doesn't say she's anybody's mom. It just says she's a 20-year-old woman who tattooed somebody at her house. Mitt Romney has made an unfortunate choice of gift for his wife, Anne.
I saw that. How long ago did he get that?
This is for Mother's Day. It was a Game of Thrones themed. Now, I don't think he knew.
Now, this is potential spoilers for Game of Thrones, okay? Just so you know.
That's true.
So tune away.
It's not a, well, it is a big spoiler.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It was thoughtful, I guess.
Well, he had it made. It was something he had made and gave it to Mother's Day, which was before this episode aired.
So it's got his kids' names around it, and then it's a sculpture, and then it says, and it's for his wife, Mother of Dragons. Mm-hmm. Big compliment to his wife, he thought.
Anne.
If you've seen the most recent episode of Game of Thrones,
not so much.
Not so much.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to do our Game of Thrones update on Friday, where it will be spoilerific, but we won't do it now because we give people a few days to catch up on it.
All I'll say about it, and if you don't want to hear anything I say about it, don't tune away right now for us.
Save it for Friday.
I'm just going to say this about it for 10 seconds. Tune away. That's all it'll take. I will say this: the Mother of Dragons in the latest episode goes crazy. Okay, that's all I'll say. She goes berserk. All right, she's a Targaryen. All right, that's it for that. Let's see. A jury says that the Monsanto Corporation has to pay $2 billion in weed killer cancer case.
Really?
Yeah. So a jury on Monday ordered Monsanto to pay a combined $2.055 billion to a couple claiming the company's weed killer Roundup Ready caused their cancers. The jury's verdict is the third such courtroom loss for Monsanto in California since August. The state court jury said that Monsanto's weed killer caused the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Alva Piliod and Alberta Piliod each contracted. They used Roundup a lot for 30 years, they said. I mean, they used it a lot.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And I have a neighbor who does that, and it scares me. We don't use it at all in our house, and it's got cancer-causing agents. It's been proved to. So this couple's getting $2.something billion. Underboob bikini. It's the daring new swimsuit wear. I'll save it for tomorrow so you can see it on our TV.
Yeah, our TV's a little wacky today. So,
and then one other quick thing. I think this is a wonderful thing. You can get a pizza from Domino's. It's called the Hawaiian Spaghetti Pizza. This is in New Zealand.
I may make this. I saw how it was made.
Did you? It looks good, doesn't it? It's the canned pasta and pineapple chunk pie. It's got spaghetti noodles on top of it.
It's just canned spaghetti. You dump it on cheese, chunks of pineapple.
Yeah,
that's
more cheese.
No.
I'll eat it.
Sounds good to me.
I'll eat it.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here it is, the winner of round 1 going against the winner of round 2. We at one time had a total of 6 boner candidates. Now it's just 2, and only one will survive this battle of stupid, funny, or otherwise awful human behavior. Boner candidate number 1. Come on, it was a joke. So an airplane stuck on the tarmac for hours and hours and hours. They won't let the passengers off. It's hot. It's awful for people. If it's happened to you, you know how awful it can be. And the stewardesses, I always do that. I don't know why. The flight attendants were passing out some water to the passengers, and one man joked, for a long delay, it should be vodka instead of water. Mm-hmm. Well, that flight attendant wasn't going to take that insult and had the man thrown off the plane.
All right, there you go.
That was number 1. Number 2, the planet is doomed. Garbage at the bottom of the ocean as observed by a submarine that made the deepest dive ever.
All right, let's do it. This is Boner of the Day. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly be Boner of the Day? Oh, this is Boner Fight. I'm confused. Sorry. You decide, 1 or 2. Which one is Boner of the Day? Text the number of the one that you think should win, single digit in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696 or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting May 14 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Heating and Air.
You know, I looked out of my front window yesterday, and there was a Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air truck in front of my house.
In front of your house?
Did I call 801-264-HALE? And I said, no, I didn't. I must be one of my neighbors. They got trucks everywhere, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air, and they will come to your house and fix things up for you. Now, look, take advantage of this offer right now. $44 furnace and AC tune-up. $44. That's a hail of a deal from Scott Hale. Stay cool. He likes that pun. Stay cool this summer and get $500 off an AC and furnace replacement this month. That is also a hail of a deal from Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Now, here's the website that you want to go to check him out. ScottHale.com, that's H-A-L-E, or call him, 801-264-HALE, that's 801-264-HALE for Scott Hale.
All right, let's award Boner of the Day.
And that's brought to you in part by some chicken salad.
And invest in you with visual freedom from glasses or contacts. Visit Wait Vision in Lehigh or waitvision.com, that's W-A-I-T-E vision.com.
Boner number one. Come on, it was a joke. This guy seemed to have been thrown off the airplane for really not much of a reason. Just joking because they'd been there, they're stuck there. The flight attendants were passing out water, and he said, for the time we've had to wait, don't you think it should be vodka? They threw him off. And Boner candidate number 2, the planet is doomed, bless you.
Thank you.
The planet is doomed. A submarine making the deepest dive that any person has ever made in a submarine. Get down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and there's garbage down there. Garbage. Human garbage. At the deepest place in the ocean. And the winner, Boner candidate number 2,
really?
The planet is doomed.
Well, there it is. That's your Boner of the Day for May 14th, 2019. It's qualified to be Boner of the Week. Dave the Flower Guy will decide that when he gets here on Friday at about this time.
I was reading this. You know, we've had all this abortion stuff, abortion bills being passed.
Yep.
Somebody sent me a copy of this article in the Washington Post about, before we make any of these kinds of decision, don't you think it's we really ought to understand the female uterus? Because nobody seems to really understand it.
Well,
Says
OBGYNs do.
Well, she said, I was trying to schedule a sonogram last year when my understanding of a basic scientific principle was totally upended. The nurse, attempting to discern how pregnant I might be, turned out to be utterly uninterested in the date of the conception. She only wanted to know the date of my last period. That, she explained, is how pregnancy is calculated. Which meant that as far as the medical community was concerned, I was technically 5 weeks along, even though there was no way I could physically be more than 3.
No, this is what I was explaining the other day on the air about. I think a lot of men think women have their period once a month, and it always happens on the 15th.
Yeah,
and it's always 7 days long. No, there's a huge variety in there.
John Becker, a lawmaker from Ohio, casually suggested that an ectopic pregnancy, and you've mentioned this, Gina, could be removed from the fallopian tube and be reinserted into the uterus. Nope. Tragically, that procedure does not exist.
No.
And when prominent pundit Ben Shapiro confidently conflated the concept of 6 weeks pregnancy with a 6-week-old embryo, two different things, actually. And when Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill requiring that abortions may only take place in a time frame before many women even realize they're pregnant, when all of those things occurred, my frustration approached cosmic level. Not toward the lawmakers necessarily, but toward
put it there.
But toward the squeamish cloak of secrecy and ignorance that shrouds all things ovarian. And she goes on to say, I was talking to a guy. I said I had my period and I need tampons. He says, why don't women just do what men do and learn to hold it? If we have to go to the bathroom, we hold it. Why can't you do that with your period?
Really don't understand.
Get some women in there. Get some OBGYNs in there.
Do you know what, though? But to be fair, there are women that don't know how their bodies work.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
there are.
I mean, I'm not sure I know exactly how my body works.
No, because there's a stigma attached to it. There's
Yep.
No, we don't talk about that.
Get the OBGYNs in there, and they will answer your questions, all those uncomfortable questions, in private if you'd like, in a closed door. That's fine. They're more than happy to answer those questions. They may not give the answers you want to hear, but it's the truth.
And I'm upset about this, not for me, because I don't have a uterus anymore.
That ship has sailed.
But for my daughter.
I know where you can buy one.
Online, Amazon?
Yeah. No, it's
Amazon Prime uterus?
You can get anything there.
I think it's at In-Home Now. I think it's.
But for my daughter and
Bath and Beyond.
For all the women out there.
Yeah, I mean it's really ridiculous, and
it is.
You watch the Daily Show, or not the Daily Show, the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, this last Sunday one. He has an opening bit about some of this, and this woman who is a state legislator, and I've written a story about a little child named Fetus, and Fetus says, I mean, it's just, oh my God, this woman is making laws for other women.
It's just astounding.
So, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver this past week was particularly good because Bill Nye the Science Guy was also on.
Carrie's been editing that.
Yeah,
we'll have some of those.
I got it for you.
Bill Nye the Science Guy, he appears 2 or 3 times. It's like a little taped bit that he's done, and he's great. And John Oliver goes on a rant about pie versus cake, which is quite nice.
Now we're trying to come up with an event to finally determine which is better, the pie or the cake.
I think that we can't do it fairly now.
Why?
Now that a celebrity is weighed in, it's going to sway everything.
It might. What would you think? You don't know, Gina. What would you think? Is John Oliver a pie guy or a cake guy?
Well, he's British.
That we know. Britons love their cakes.
And when I think Britain, I think cake. I don't think pie. So I'm betting he's a cake guy.
No.
No?
Pie guy.
Pie
all
guy.
The way.
Pie guy.
Cakes are for children. Pies are for adults. Yeah. Well,
So I don't know if we can do the pie versus cake thing. Well, first of all,
we were blindly follow a celebrity.
First of all, we were planning it before John Oliver weighed in.
Absolutely. All right. And I'm adamant that I've been adamant that I'm a pie guy. I mean, I don't mind a good piece of cake.
I don't know, Bill. I think we need to get our friend Paulette who is a cake maker. I bet Paulette could win you over to cake.
I wish Travis the Pieman was a little. It would be great to have a debate between Paulette and Travis the Pieman, but she'd eat him alive.
She would.
We wouldn't do that to Travis.
No.
She'd eat just about anybody.
But I would like us to plan an event that involves pie and cake and have Paulette there, have Travis there.
Already, your friend Ivy is cake.
Cake? Ivy, a cake?
She says warm fruit? No, thanks.
Well, there are lots of kinds of pie.
I mean, you know.
They don't all have to have warm
Give
fruit.
me a coconut cream pie. Give me a lemon cream pie. Give me,
What's your favorite pie? Do you have a favorite?
It is really hard for me to decide because there are so many wonderful pies to be had.
Well,
I like a good cream pie, banana, coconut, chocolate cream.
Well, we'll talk about this coming up.
I think we need to make it
yes.
happen.
All right. We will be back in just a few moments. Haster Games, got to tell you about Haster Games. They have been at 6831 South State for as long as I can remember, but they've just done some refurbishing and remodeling in the store. And, it's funny. Tabletop games have really gotten popular over the past few years. They've really made a comeback. Just when you'd think that, video games would kill them. No, tabletop games are bigger and stronger than ever. And if you like tabletop games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, that kind of thing, Haster has your game. And if you're just curious about a game, you can go in and open up. They've got a library of 200 or 300 games that you can choose from, and you can just pop it open and sit there. They got the tables set up, and you can try it out. If your dad or grad loves board games, you can get them a gift card from Haster Games. This is what's happening this week. Magic tournaments every week. Showdown Mondays, Modern Wednesdays, Friday Night Magic, and Commander Saturdays. They're still taking pre-orders for Alternate Art D&D Ghosts of Saltmarsh. That's released on May 21st. And they're having a Battletech night this Wednesday, May 15th. Warhammer 40K tournament Sunday, May 19th as well. Haster Games, 6831 South State. We got a great website, HasterGames.com, where you can go and watch tutorials on how to play certain games. But they are open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, so you can stay and play at Haster Games.
Technology has evolved to the point where the ultimate goal can now be attainable.
actually thinking. Because if I tweeted what I'm actually thinking, I'd be off Twitter.
Well, now I want to know.
They'd ban me from.
Well, an announcer guy got my tweet thing wrong as well. This is what comic book is Carrie reading right now? I never tweet about that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you tweet? Should we have?
If you want to follow,
Yeah.
Geek Show, then I tweet about comic books, but not on my RFH Carrie.
What do you usually tweet about on our?
His puppies.
I do a lot of retweets.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I retweeted about coincidences. I posted about coincidences because I had 3 songs in a row on my shuffle that were about nuclear destruction.
Right in a row.
Just right in a row. And so I said, coincidence? Yes, because that's what a coincidence is.
But it is kind of weird.
No, it's a coincidence.
But you noticed it.
No, then I got looking at it. I've got an awful lot of songs about nuclear destruction in my playlist.
All of them.
So
it's all I listen to. Songs about nuclear
A
destruction.
nuclear destruction playlist.
So I tweeted that yesterday. I mostly retweet, though, on RFH Carrie.
I tweeted this morning a picture. So I came down to go to work. Mm-hmm. And I go to bed before my husband does. And I come down into the kitchen, and sitting on the counter, he has already set the kids' breakfast places for the morning. There's a placemat and a plate and a fork and a knife and a
pile of pills.
Pile of vitamins for each of them.
But I suggest that looks a little untidy. Get some little cups and have him put the pills in the little cups.
And he also put their National Geographic Kids magazine, because it's nice to have a little,
the paper
reading.
Yeah, well, their copy of Smithsonian for Kids hasn't come in the mail yet.
He just does this. They are so better off than if I were the one that were home with them in the morning before school.
Pop-Tart's good enough for you.
It would be on the way out the door. Here's your Pop-Tart. Here's your Pop-Tart.
Well, and that's why you need to stop feeling guilty about not being there for them in the morning. They're fine.
They're way better off.
You'd be throwing them a Pop-Tart, like Bill said. You just,
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing that you find at RFH Gina.
Can I have cereal? There's no milk. We don't have any milk.
Oh, good. Half and half, then.
No.
All right. Should we do the promo and
Yep.
get out of here, then?
Okay.
All right.
On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show.
As always, Things That Must Go is happening at 6:45 and 8:45.
So if you haven't yet, send us your must-goes to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Plus, we'll have a special guest at 9:30. It's Jeremy Pugh talking about his new book, 100 Things to Do in Salt Lake City Before You Die.
I'm dying?
Maybe.
Don't miss Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Gina, we're all dying.
From the moment we're born.
We are dying. Well, think about that for the rest of the day, folks.
Why are we leaving people with that?
Because we're the radio morning show. That's what we do. Make you smile in the morning.
Yeah, we just want to put a little smile on your face. Remember, you're dying.
Radio morning show.
All right, then. Have a great day. But remember.
A little bit closer to death than you were yesterday.
Remember.
Well, let me, on a positive note, say this. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
A little bit closer to death than you were yesterday.
All right. Is Corey next? I don't know who's next. Corey next? Okay.
A 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.